Hello, and welcome to Girls That Love to Chat. I'm Gloria.
And I'm Rosetta, and it's great to have everyone here today.
Yes.
And what are we drinking today, Gloria?
Well, we had so much fun with the tea from our last talk. I thought we would just do an instant repeat.
And this one is, if you remember, it's called Perfect or Peaceful Harmony.
Yes.
And it has the spearmint, the stevia leaves. What else was there? There
Lavender,
was lavender,
yes.
rosemary. Was there
Yes,
rosemary in there?
yes.
Yep, so we're going to do that today again because we
Yes.
liked it so much.
Yes. However, I don't know what the weather's like where you are. It's hot here.
It's hot, very
and
hot.
it's going to get hotter as the day goes on. So how about we just shift this up a little bit
and make it into iced tea.
Yes, yes.
All
There we
right,
go.
voila!
Cheers.
Here's our iced tea, and we are celebrating. What are we celebrating?
National
International Iced Tea Day. National Iced Tea Day. Again,
Cheers.
So, did you know it was National
very good.
Iced Tea Day?
No, I did not.
Yes. So
This
I've
is
been
very
seeing
good
that
cold.
on Facebook. It's amazing cold. It's delicious.
Yes.
So much flavor. So what are you doing out there to celebrate National Iced Tea Day? Comment below or, attach a picture and show us your iced tea.
Yes.
But this is our iced tea and it's amazing.
And what are you doing to keep cool? Because as we started to talk a little bit about, it's hot outside.
It's hot. It's going to be over 100 today. And we're in the Silicon Valley and it's predicted to be over 100 degrees.
Yes. Normally, even if it's hot, we get a breeze and it cools down. Well, yesterday I had the pleasure of going to Avalon Vision Center in Santa Cruz / Capitola. And let me tell you something. It was 98 degrees yesterday. And I was busy inside working and my husband was outside and he had a little bit of what I'm calling heat stroke because he got overheated. There were vendors that were outside.
Wow.
And they would come inside.
Wow.
And I got to spray a lot of elixir on people because it has a very nice calming effect.
Calming.
And so I did that to help them. However, we would be very interested to know if you have little tidbits of things that we can share and we can research and talk about that. How do you cool a person off?
Yeah, how do you stay cool? Give us your little tips and tricks on how you stay cool during the summer.
Yes, we had, luckily the center had ice packs. I mean, it was that hot. We ended up putting ice packs on people's chests, on the back of their
Did they
neck.
have AC inside the store?
No. See, Santa Cruz, like many places in Northern California, we get the breeze. We don't have air conditioning.
Right.
And so when you're up there, I think they kept saying something like the marine layer is going to show up. And I kept saying, I don't see no marine layer. I don't see any fog. I don't see anything that says cool. All I see is hot.
Well, we were in Santa Cruz on Saturday.
Yes.
And it was very hot then. So I can only imagine, because Sunday was hotter than Saturday.
Yes, it was.
So I can only imagine for people in Santa Cruz. Wow.
A guy came by the event yesterday and he was really funny. He said that the sand looked like just humans because wherever there was a spare piece of sand on Sunday, there was a body on it.
It was hot. When I was walking on the sand on
Yes.
Saturday, I could barely do it. My feet were burning. And I had
Yes.
flip-flops on, maybe because they were like rubber flip-flops.
Right.
But it was so hot and I could see people walking, complaining, oh my God, the sand is so hot. The sand is so hot. I could only
Yes.
imagine on Saturday. Wow.
Wow, that was interesting. So be cautious, as Rosetta said to me instantly, because I told her that my husband got overheated and she's like, did he hydrate? Did he drink water? So
Big
make
on that.
sure you drink lots of water and quality water. If you can, make sure that it is as high a quality as you can find.
Yep. Don't forget that you need to hydrate yourself because a lot of people don't.
Right.
And then they don't think about it and too late they're like fainting or
Yes.
because they're not thinking it's related to hydration. So
Right.
it's really important to hydrate yourself because if you're not, you're going to be fainting or not feeling that well later on
Yeah.
in the day and you're not going to know why, but that's because why?
Yeah, I also heard on one of the morning shows that you go from sweating because you're just so hot and then you stop sweating. And that is a bad sign. When it's hot and you're not sweating, that's not good. You have to make sure you start hydrating and cooling your body temperature down immediately.
Okay, well, that's great tip.
Yes.
Yep, I'm a big fan of hydration.
Yes. So we were also thinking about beautiful women of all ages. And can you believe Diana Ross is 75?
Yeah, she turned 75 on June the 3rd, I believe.
Yes, she looks amazing.
She's a grandmom.
Yes. Is she just a grandmom or is she... No, I think she's just a grandmom.
She's just a grandmom. She looks amazing. Oh my
Yeah.
God, she's like, she hasn't changed since what, back in the days of Motown.
I mean, there is a vintage tape of her when she did Central Park in New York.
Uh-huh.
And the first night it started raining. I mean, not drizzling, I mean pouring. And the rain is just sloughing down her face. You know, she kept singing.
Yeah.
I mean, she
can
could have
believe
been
it.
electrocuted with the mic in her hand. She just kept singing. And so they said, we're really sorry. We're going to have to reschedule to tomorrow night. So they rescheduled and she came back. And I think her first song was like, I'm coming out. You know, she's like, I'm coming
out.
Yes.
I want the world to
Yes.
see.
Yes. So I love the fact that and because she looks the same, you know, I have never heard of her, you know, using any, you know, surgical procedure to change her look.
Really? I don't know about, I'm not
Yeah.
sure, but if you're saying that, that's probably true.
I haven't heard it, but that doesn't, I mean.
That doesn't mean she may be hiding
But
it,
whatever
but she
she's
still
doing-
looks really good, and she takes care of her health, and she's slim and petite
Yes.
and
Well,
tall.
she actually have a little more curves now
Yeah.
because she used to be like a little skinny
Yeah.
rail. And
Yeah.
now she's a little more filled in.
And have you seen her voice is still the same?
Yes,
you know,
it is.
some celebrities when they get older, their voice is just gone. It's shot.
Yes.
So her voice is just as good as it was back in the days.
Yeah, there's a group called Maze, and it's Maze featuring Frankie Beverly,
Mm-hmm.
and I love him. And my one of my godsons wanted to take his godmommy out on a date,
Right.
so he had me come to meet him at a concert. And his voice is really gone. It's really sad. And I mean, he screams.
Oh, no.
He does the song Joy and Pain.
Oh,
and
no.
you're listening
That's
to it and you're like,
sad.
it's painful.
That's painful. That's what I
Yes.
saw like many years ago in American Idol. They used to like every time on the finale,
Yes.
before they said who was the winner, they would always have them pair up with like celebrity singers.
Yes.
And one time there was Meatloaf. Remember Meatloaf? Oh my God. I was so excited because I love Meatloaf. Bat Out of Hell. I love their songs. And when I heard him sing, I'm like, oh my goodness. He should not be. He can't sing anymore. His voice is completely gone.
Yes.
It's like he's struggling.
And then, you know, so this is a good question. So you're a person, we know you sang the song, and now you can't. Is it inappropriate for you to do like a voiceover where they play a live track and you mouth it?
Well,
How would you feel about that? I mean,
I think that would be a bit, but then again, it's not authentic then.
see,
It's not
so that's
authentic.
why they scream with their poor little voices, because
Yeah.
they want to come and share
And
their
since
gifts.
then, I have not seen him sing live again.
Oh,
Thank you very
It
much.
was probably scary for him too.
Yeah.
I mean, and he probably thought to himself, "Oh, it'll be okay." And you just never know what you're going to sound like when you actually start singing.
Yeah, that's true. That's
Yes.
true. And then again, let's talk about celebrities. Who else we gonna? There's someone else we want to talk about was Dolly Parton, right?
Yes, Dolly Parton. I don't know if she was giving an interview, but I was watching Good Morning America, and they do this little bit where they talk about current events for what's going on with stars.
Sure.
And she shared that Dolly doesn't take her makeup off at night.
Really?
Because, you know, she's on tour buses, she's in a hotel. And I love this. She said, I can't be caught without my face on. So she wears it
Dolly.
to bed. And then she gets up the next morning and she cleanses her face and reapplies. I mean, she looks good. So it's got to be working.
But doesn't that all come off onto her bed sheets and her pillowcase and stuff?
Yeah, but if you're Dolly Parton, you can afford to buy new bed sheets. That's all I got to say
Well,
about that.
Well, I know some people, and there's not just some people, a lot of people, they even like to doll themselves up and put makeup on and do their hair before they give birth.
Oh God, yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
In the hospital. They want to make sure that, people are going to come and visit me, so I have to look, look my best.
If especially if it's a scheduled birth where it's like a C-section or something where they know I'm going to check into the hospital that morning, the day before they get their hair done, they get their
Nails done,
pedicure. I was just watching Housewives of Atlanta, and Portia was someone who there was a scheduled date for the birth. And she had it all. She had a professional makeup person come in and make up her face. She put in on new hair. I mean, she looked amazing. But I thought to myself, I wouldn't be thinking about my face. I would be so into, Lord, please. I'd be like, God, please, please, please help me with these contractions. I would not be worrying about.
I think she's more worried than the people coming to visit her. People coming to visit, they don't care. They know you've had a baby, you've just delivered, whether it's natural or C-section. They know that you're in this state of just amazement giving birth to a baby. Why would they care about your looks? Yeah.
Well, like, look at Duchess Megan. Everybody was... I mean, the baby, and granted, we only got to see a little bit of little Archie. They were all about her bum. Oh my God, look at her bum. Do you know she had just had a baby?
Yeah.
It's like, do you think it just disappear overnight?
Even though she had some makeup on, she still looked amazing, and she carried herself really well.
Yes, but it was very light. I mean, it wasn't like she had on fake eyelashes and all of that. She just looked very natural and very radiant.
And talking about Meghan and Harry, did you notice that all the pictures, you have to look, who was holding the baby? Not her, Harry.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
He is so in love with that.
He was holding the baby, and then when Lady Di had her babies, who was holding the baby? She was. Prince Charles was like, there was none of that coziness together.
Absolutely.
It was that separation. They were together, but they didn't look like they were together. And she was the one holding the baby.
Absolutely.
So you can really tell. I love it.
Yes.
I just love Harry.
Well, right now they're doing the celebration of the Queen's birthday. I thought it was amazing because they said that today was the official day that they're doing it. Her birthday is a few days away. And she's standing there and she's watching the guards. And I mean, I just love that red and black and those tall hats, and she just looks so beautiful and so regal. And then someone said, well, they bet on everything. And I go, what do you mean? They bet on the color of attire, what she's gonna wear.
I'm not surprised.
And I'm like, are you kidding?
Yeah.
But she had on, I mean, she just looked beautiful. And and then I was looking at Prince William's wife, Kate. And Kate had on this beautiful yellow dress with matching hat, and Duchess Megan, they were all like
I have yet to see that, and here I am from England. I love the royal family.
Oh, it was.
And I have not seen it. I'm going to go back and Google that when I get home.
Oh yeah, it was all over both Good Morning America and the Today Show, because I kind of have to go back and forth to be fair.
So I will be checking that out after this video.
Yes.
Yeah.
And what else are we going to talk about today?
Well, I wanted to talk about, I went to yesterday, the flea market at Berryessa.
Yes.
And so in order to get into the flea market, if you're from the Silicon Valley or the South Bay, you know that there's a parking fee.
Right.
So when I went years ago, when I first met my husband, the parking fee was $3. Okay? And then it jumped to $5. So I thought, wow, it's $5 now?
Yeah, that's when I started going, was at $5. However, if you got there before 9 a.m., it was free.
It was free. Okay.
Yes.
So we went yesterday because we hadn't been in many years. We got there and the sign said $7 on a Saturday, and Sunday, guess how much it was?
Okay, if it's $7 on Saturday, what, $10 on Sunday?
It was $15.
Are you kidding me?
No, it was $15 for Saturday. And I was like, what? We were thinking, maybe like you said, $10 or $11, $15.
I don't know. Okay, I do know. I would have said no way, because we want to kind of set the picture for you. The flea market that she's talking about and I'm talking about, when it was $3 and $5, you could imagine that the parking structure would be like the outside parking of, like, say, a stadium, like our Levi Stadium for the 49ers. And then the actual flea market was about as large as a football field.
Yes, it was quite big.
It was huge.
Massive.
And you would walk in and you would, like, you could shop, and in the middle there was food.
Farmers market.
Yes.
All the
all
fruits
the produce
and vegetables
that you could want, and the farmers were there. And it was really cool because they would slice it and you could taste it.
Yep.
And then you could walk beyond that, and they had like a merry-go-round.
Yeah,
for the
and you
kids.
basically could get lost in there.
You could.
Yes.
I mean, I one time I had my my little son with me, and he kept running, and he was very cute. So I bought a little doggy harness. I put it on him and put it on my wrist, and people were like, "Oh, I can't believe you did that." And I said, "I don't care what you believe. That's my baby.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to let some
Protect your baby.
stranger take my child." And he was at the cute age where he would just go up, and if you picked him up, that's all that mattered.
Oh.
So, you had to be cautious. And then on the outside of that, they had where regular people could come and sell their wares. So this place is huge. Now, okay, it's probably the size of maybe 10 parking spaces. I mean, it's so tiny in retrospect.
It's tiny.
$15?
Yeah, it's not as big as it used to be. And where we parked was, I think, on the end side of it. They're building BART there.
Right.
So the Berryessa BART station. So it looks really nice.
Oh, it's
and there was a lot of parking.
Yes.
It's just a shame that the flea market is not as big as it used to be.
Yes, because it was wonderful. I mean, I used to love, and the other thing about the Berryessa flea market I used to love, because I haven't been since it was $5. I would probably pass out if they said $15. I'd be like, no. You didn't just go in, and so say I saw this beautiful teacup, and I thought, oh, and it had a price of $3. You don't just give them $3. You would say, it's all right. How about $2? And then they'd say $2.75, and then you'd say
$2.50. So you
$2.50.
could bargain.
It was all about the bargain, because the vendors would get excited, and the person making the purchase would get excited. It was just so much fun.
And now it's whatever the price, take it or leave it.
Yes.
No, I know.
Yes.
I know. And there aren't as many cool stuff as there used to be back in the days.
Right.
Yeah. So the other thing I have to point out is there's like food trucks there, right? And me and my husband were thinking of getting something to eat, and we were looking at the shrimp cocktails. They're like the size of a beer glass, right? And we didn't know the prices because they didn't have any prices on this one particular taco stand that sold Mexican food. And we said, okay, let's get the shrimp cocktail because I don't think that we have an appetite for a whole meal. So we went up to the window, and my husband asked, how much is a shrimp cocktail? And he said $18.
Oh my God, not while I'm trying to swallow. Are you serious?
So my husband said, $18? And
He should have said, wait a minute. Are we in San Francisco, downtown, 5-star restaurant, and I didn't realize it?
Yeah,
$18.
so I just played it off and said, well, I'm not that hungry, and I don't think I'll be able to finish the whole thing. So we ended up not getting it, but $18
That's
for
ridiculous.
Shrimp cocktail.
That's ridiculous. Yeah. And it's the flea market. I've always been cautious of certain items that are being prepared, just because it's just out at the flea market.
Yeah.
However, in the day, I don't know about now, but in the day, they had the best corn dogs and French fries. I used to tell my, family and friends before I got married, and even my husband agrees, that it had to be the fresh air and the dirt circulating in the air, because those corn dogs would just, oh my God, they were so good.
And I have to tell you one thing. Back in the 90s, I used to work in Target as one of the store managers. And there was a lot of Hispanics working in the stock room.
Right.
And we found out that this particular weekend, immigration is going to be out at the Berryessa flea market.
Wow.
So because there's a lot of Hispanics there,
right,
that one weekend I found out after the weekend, it was empty.
Nobody went.
So I was telling my husband, yeah, I remember that. That was funny. That was a story that we were like, wow. Yeah. Yeah, word gets around, and they have some people doing some funny things there. Back in the days, they were doing like illegal social security cards and stuff like that, and they
Right.
could make your social security card into gold. You know those gold
Right.
thick plates
Right.
that look like a social security card, but
Right.
it was pretty sure that was illegal.
Yeah, I used to love going to the flea market because I don't know what you call, well, on the front of the card they're called bras, and they could put your name, or they could make one specific for your car to shield it against rocks and things. And then the dash cover, I mean, like, say you are, like, one of my sisters is a Hello Kitty fanatic, and her car had that. She had Hello Kitty car seats, floor mats, I mean, license plate holders. She is a Hello Kitty girl. And it's just really interesting that, you know, we would see things in the store. You wouldn't buy them at the store.
No, you'd say go to the flea market
first
Yep.
and check it out.
Yep, go to the flea market.
Because even if they didn't have it when you were there, they would say, "Are you coming back next week?" And you could go, yeah. And they go, "We'll have it next week."
Well, those were the good old days.
Yes,
now.
they were.
No, it's not
Miss
the
them
same.
so much. So we have really, really had a great time talking to you today, enjoying our tea on International Tea
International
Day.
Tea Day. Yep.
Yes, this is
This is
wonderful.
great.
And I love, I'm the kind of person, I don't like to put a lot of sugar in my tea. And when we took this straight from hot in the bags, it's perfect.
It's perfect. It was
Yes.
really, really good. The flavor is amazing.
It is. I love
It's
it.
amazing.
I love it.
Yep.
So,
Well, thank you for joining us today and
Yes.
tuning in.
yes.
And as always, don't forget to subscribe below if you'd like to see more chats. And we'd love it if you could comment or give your feedback.
Absolutely. And if there are things you'd like us to talk about, please let us know, because we're always trying to talk about current events and things that we hear that are, you know, very important to us. We're both very earth conscious. So as we continue to do our chats, you will hear us talk lots more, especially with the heat and the cold and the hurricanes
Yep.
and the tornadoes.
Yep.
We're just wondering, what can we do to help protect Mother Earth?
Yep. And if it's something fun you'd like us to talk about, we'd love to talk about fun. We're all
Absolutely.
about fun, girls.
Yes,
I
we
love
are.
to chat.
Yes, we are.
Well, thank you for joining us. And as always, remember to keep on smiling.
Yes.
All right. Bye-bye now.
Have a great day. Bye.
Bye.